Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order, please. If I can call this meeting to order, please. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this hearing of the Budget and Finance Committee. Today's Monday, October 24th, 2016. I'm Paul Krikorian. I'm joined by my colleagues, Mr. Englander, Mr. Blumenfield, and Mr. Bonin, and we are ready to begin. First, members, item 6 is going to be continued for 2 weeks, which leaves us item 5 for open session. And for those who are here to comment on item number 5, be aware that I would propose that for consent approval. You're welcome to speak if you'd like, but if we don't have speakers, I will be approving that, recommending that for consent approval, and I expect that I will not get any objection, will I, members? So, with that said, I would like to go ahead and invite, if you would like to speak, Ann Job, if you'd like to come on up, and who will be followed by Wayne Spindler, who will be followed by Joanne Ivanek-Garb.
Well, thank you for your consent approval, and I just take this as a vote of confidence.
One moment, please. We'll keep going with this. Thank you.
So I just wanted to thank you and to say that I think take this as a vote of confidence for the neighborhood council system. And I do know that Sylmar had a pretty big thing that we wanted to do and didn't think maybe we would be able to. And I think we'll be able to do that now. So thank you so very, very much.
My pleasure. Thank you. And again, remember that this item is recommended for consent approval. I'll go ahead and bring up Wayne Spindler, followed by Joanne Ivanek-Garb, followed by Wilma Haynes.
All right. Auf Wiedersehen. So now, when you do something right, I'm going to say so. This is badly needed. This is damages that's badly needed for these people. And I saw this coming up. They actually said in a number of speakers in several months before that you wouldn't do this. Surprise! So anyway, that's good. 480,000. 480,000, right? So anyway, it's good. Back from our trip from Germany, and $480,000 for all of our nice 96 of our councils. Also, this should be earmarked. 100,000 of this, however, should be earmarked for the new neighborhood council on Skid Row. Skid Row needs a neighborhood council. And I would urge you to give as much as this as possible so that that neighborhood council can get on board. That's what we really need to. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Joanne Ivanek-Garb, followed by Wilma Haynes.
Good afternoon. And I just wanted to echo what Ann Job said, that we are so grateful for what you're about to do. And we have several projects that are only being partially funded for this year, particularly with the homelessness. And we're just very, very thankful that this was brought up and even considered. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Wilma Haynes, followed by Laura Radisson. I'm sorry.
Hi, my name is Wilma Haynes, and I thank you for allowing me to speak. And I am for the proposal that you said you was going to approve. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. And finally, Ms. Redison.
Thank you very much. I'm Laura Rudison, President of Olympic Park Neighborhood Council, and I would like to personally thank you for approving this particular motion by Herb Wesson. We are awfully grateful and for the additional monies, and it will be well spent in our communities. So thank you, and we're very humble and appreciative of your efforts.
Thank you very much. And thank you all very much for coming down and participating. And if there's no objection, item 5 will be approved and advanced to council. Thank you all very much.
Mr. Chair,
yes.
For the record, this item is scheduled for council tomorrow, Tuesday, October 25th.
So we'll be in council tomorrow at tomorrow's council meeting. Thank you. Thank you all very much. All right, that is our last open session item, so we'll now take comment on our closed session items. And right now, I believe the only cards I have for closed session items are for Mr. Spindler.
And there's another set of cards as well.
I see, okay. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll do the general public comment now along with the agenda items. So we'll start with Leah Renee, and you'll have 3 minutes on general public comment, items 1 and 4, please.
All three at the same time?
Yes.
1 minute?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have to go in any particular order?
Nope.
Oh,
It's
okay.
up to you.
Oh, well, that's great. Okay, so I'd like to bring to your attention that there's a policy, pattern, or practice in the city of Los Angeles. They say when a bell rings, you hear the truth. You have a policy, pattern, or practice in the city of Los Angeles of illegally causing failures in sanitary sewers and landslides. And you have 2 of them, 1 and 4, on your calendar today. And I have found that your public works isn't even issuing and requiring permits. If you don't have the right permit, you're not collecting the right fees to pay for the sanitary sewers. If you don't have the right permits, you can't get an inspection. So they're illegally moving the inspectors around. And then 2, they have a problem where they're hiding and concealing landslides. I own property in Pacific Palisades, and I grew up in Laurel Canyon. So I'm intimately familiar with the hassles in Laurel Canyon and the flooding and the broken sewers. And so now to hear about what's going on in Mount Olympus, because I grew up there, and now I own property in Pacific Palisades, and it's the same problem and the same pattern, and I see you pay all these lawsuits, and how come you're just not fixing it in the beginning? And so for the last 4 years, I'm stuck here almost every day in the city of Los Angeles, or the state of California, or in the county, and I have evidence over and over again where they are just not complying with the law. And how they circumvent the process and procedures, you're altering codes. You're falsely stating numbers. You delete a word, like the word valid just disappears. You know, everybody's constitutional rights hinge on the fact that we have a fair justice system. There's nothing just about altering records. It's incredibly harmful. The Pacific Palisades Bluffs is well known to the city of Los Angeles, to the county of Los Angeles, and the state of California, all the way up to the federal government, for being an area of landslides. And I learned this morning that you've cut the toe of the entire slope that's moving of Asilomar. It's a 20-foot cut. It's 15 feet to 20-foot cut, and there's no permit. I brought this to attention to you over the last couple months that you cut the toe of the slope where I own, and it's in the John McGill map, and you cut the slope, and the only thing behind it is fill. And your building and safety department said it's 0 to 3 feet. And the truth is, it was taller than me. I got in the cut. I took a picture of it. And I read that all the way back to 1905, this policy, pattern, or practice with the city of Los Angeles, where they violate the law and kill people. I don't know what their motive is, but they kill people, and they don't really care because they just don't follow building codes or grading codes or safety codes or anybody's constitutional right. So I'm asking here today that you implement California Government Code 65858 for Pacific Palisades Bluffs so we don't end up like Mount Olympus or White Point, and I thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mr. Spindler.
Knowingly end up, because now you all know.
Mr. Spindler, please. On items 1, 2, 3, 4, and general public comment.
Yes, so we just had a trial. Susan Rocha, a well-known activist in the community in CD1, was falsely arrested and put on trial for interfering with a religious meeting and attempting to trespass in a church. Since 2007, this fine woman has been terrorized by noises coming from a digital bell system off of the church that's ranging from 85 to 104 dB. So they wanted to get rid of her, so they prosecuted her. Well, on Friday, the jury returned a verdict on both counts, not guilty. So now you'll have to deal with the civil lawsuit on that. And again, the First Amendment wins. Now we get to number 1. We have a landslide. Well, we all know about that because the Board of Public Works has absolutely recommended remediation on the public side. And I went to the Superior Court. It's been recommended for settlement already. You just need to pay the lawyers. They'll file the dismissal, and it's done. Now, you get to number 4, Mount Olympus. That also has been recommended for dismissal. The paperwork is on file. All you need to do is cut these people a check, and it'll be done. So how much are we talking about? $319,000 in one case, $400,000 on another one, and especially number 2, Diamond Contract Services not paying somebody for services. Man, oh man, oh man. You know, this poor company got involved with a bank in Nevada, and they had to file the UCC. Any of you in the business know what happens when a company files UCC? The comptroller of the currency investigates when it's over $500,000. So that's why you're going to pay, because he's on the hook for $930,000 and he wants $399,000 to cure and correct the UCC1. So please, in the future, and I'm only speaking to Councilman Blumenthal because the rest of these guys don't know a fucking thing, is that in the future, pay these contractors. He kept billing you for years. Please pay these contractors, because if you don't pay these contractors, stuff like this happens. You get messy things like UCCs, you get banks in Nevada, and you know when you drive up the 15 freeway, all of that desert out there, you don't want to have to go and have to look for buried treasure. See what I mean? Just pay the guy. So also, we got a sidewalk, no big deal on that. And also Santa Monica, I know you're going to continue it, but please give them their $119,000. They're a great city. They don't deserve this crap. They need to be paid. So again, this is the nature. Today is a cheap day, but thank you to all the lawyers for your great work suing the city and getting people restitution for their harm.
All right, thank you very much. That concludes public comment on all of the closed session items. It concludes general public comment, which is now closed, and we can proceed now to closed session. All right, the committee has concluded its closed session items, and there being no other action before the committee, we are adjourned.
Oh, Mr. Chair, pardon me. The CAO has a correction for item number 5. There's a technical correction.
It's okay. We'll consider that, Council.
Oh,
We are
okay.
adjourned.